Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Wright. I'm looking forward to meeting with all of you on our first Zoom call for psychology on Monday the 11th at 10:45. But before we do that, I just wanted to post an update about what I've put on Schoology and kind of walk you through some of the guidelines, which is what I'm planning on doing on the Zoom call. But if you can't be with us on the Zoom call, I wanted you to be able to have access to it. So for starters, if you log into our Schoology page, you should come right to the first page here. You'll either see materials or updates. I just posted this update yesterday. Just make sure that you're aware of the guidelines and expectations for video conferencing that were set forth by our school district. So please make sure that you've read that and that you adhere to those guidelines as we prepare to meet tomorrow. From here, if you scroll past the announcements, you'll see a folder for distance learning. And so you're going to use this folder for the resources and review materials while we're distance learning. So if you click in here, you guys are going to see another folder that says Marking Period 4 Learning Resources. And in here, let's go over these guidelines real quick. So first things first, last week we were finishing up any missing work from third marking period. That ended on Friday. I did get some work from several of you, so thanks for getting that in. I have updated eSchool, so your third marking period grades are accurate and up to date. So you can check those, or you can send me an email if you're not sure, or if you have any questions. So it talks about our first Zoom meeting being Monday, May 11th at 10:45. And again, I plan on going over this plan live with students, so that way you guys can ask me questions and I can give you some feedback and just kind of see where you guys are, if anybody is having any obstacles and that sort of thing. If you cannot meet, that is okay. Just make sure that if a friend of yours tells you that they can't get on, then make sure you tell them to check out this video at a later date so that they know what's going on and everybody's on the same page, okay? So again, the Zoom sessions are not mandatory, but they're going to be a great way to hear content live. I will also be creating videos like this one. And the videos will not just be a walkthrough, but the videos will also have content in them. So I'll be going over the PowerPoints very similar to how we did in class so that you guys can get the content as well. If for some reason you have a question and you can't get on the live Zoom call for the week, I will be holding office hours every day from 12:30 to 3:15. These will be by appointment only, so if you do need to meet with me via Zoom, or if you need to phone conference with me, that is fine, but you need to set that up with me ahead of time. So send me an email, send me a message on Schoology, and I'll respond with a confirmation, and I'll get up with you and we'll answer any questions that you have. The next step here is our school policy. So grading for the fourth marking period. You're going to have 5 assignments to complete between now and the end of the school year. That works out to be 1 assignment per week. And if you complete all 5 assignments, you'll receive 100% for the fourth marking period. If you only complete 4 out of 5, it's a 95%. 3 out of 5 is an 85%. 2 out of 5 is a 75%. 1 out of 5 assignments is a 65%, and if you don't complete any, you will end up with a 55% for the fourth marking period. So it's pretty simple, and the assignments, as you'll see, which I'll walk you through in a second, are they're not challenging. So if you just log on and complete them, and you do all 5, you'll have 100 for the fourth marking period. So super easy. These are just some steps I put on here for logging into Zoom, so make sure you have Zoom somewhere on your phone or your computer if you are planning on meeting with us. If you can, attend class regularly or watch the corresponding video on Schoology. Make sure you're completing your weekly assignments by the deadline. I will be giving you feedback, making sure that I'm letting you know what you're doing right and wrong and any improvements you need to make. And again, if you have questions or would like to talk to me, make sure you arrange a time to meet, okay? These are our Zoom meetings. As you can see, our first one's May 11th at 10:45, and then the next one will be the 19th, the 26th, June 1st, and June 9th. We'll meet the first odd day of the week, and our meeting time will always be from 10:45 to 11:15. This was set forth by the school district so that all classes could meet without conflicts, so that's our scheduled time. As far as getting on, there's a link here. You can choose the link to get on, or if you have the app, you can use the meeting ID and the password, which is there. It'll be the same meeting ID and password for each live Zoom session. Okay, so I think that's it as far as the guidelines. So now I just want to quickly go over with you. Let me pull this up real quick. Our course content. So what we'll be doing each week over the 5 weeks. So again, here's my contact information up at the top. I also have a Google Voice number, so feel free to give me a call on that or text me, but please be respectful. If you could only call or text me during school hours, that would be great. If it's an emergency, then that's fine, but please be respectful and not be contacting me late at night because I go to bed early. Okay. Anyway, so the first week we're going to be focusing on Chapter 3, topic of development. Your assignment, you'll have until Sunday to get it done, Sunday the 17th by midnight, and it's going to be a completed scavenger hunt. So the first, I have it broken down into 2 different sections. So you'll do scavenger hunt part 1. I have you completing on Monday, and then scavenger hunt part 2 you'll be completing on Wednesday. You're welcome to do the entire scavenger hunt all in one sitting. I just thought it would be easier and more manageable for you guys to break it down into 2 different pieces. However, if you look at Friday, the entire scavenger hunt does have to be completed, both parts 1 and 2, in order to get credit for this week's assignment. If any questions on the scavenger hunt are left blank or incomplete, then you will get a 0 for the week. So make sure that you do it and you make sure it's thorough. The answers do not have to be correct. It just has to be completed. Okay. You're going to use your textbook, you're going to use the PowerPoint, and you're going to use my video lessons to help answer your questions for the scavenger hunt. The following week, we will still be in Chapter 3 in your book, and you're going to be watching a video documentary of Jeannie, and there are links on Schoology to YouTube, so you can go ahead and access those there. And then that week you will be writing a summarizing paragraph of Jeannie's story and how her environment impacted her development. And there's guidelines here for this. I'm going to hold off on going over more detail as we get closer to that week. The third week will be in Chapter 9. We'll be talking about learning and classical conditioning. Again, you'll have a Zoom meeting that week and then video lessons. I do want to draw your attention here. So there are some resources provided to you. So there's a 9-1 vocab activity on Schoology and a 9-1 guided reading activity. These are both optional activities. These are not counting towards your graded assignments for the week, but they are highly recommended in order to prepare you for the 9-1 quiz, which will be the graded assignment for the week. The 9-1 quiz you'll be completing, I have it scheduled if you're sticking to the schedule on Thursday, but again, you have until Sunday to get it in on time. Okay, so the following week, the fourth week, we're still in Chapter 9. We're doing kind of the same type of format. You've got some worksheets on here that are optional. These are designed, both of these worksheets are designed to help prepare you for the quiz that you'll take later in the week. Okay, and then the last week, we're going backwards. We're going to Chapter 7. We're going to states of consciousness. And we're going to be doing lessons on sleep and on dreams, and you'll have a graphic organizer note sheet packet to complete on Schoology for that week. The only exception for due dates is this last week here. The due date for this is Friday, June 12th. You will not have until the Sunday at midnight for the last week to get that completed. And that is because my grades are due also on Friday, June 12th. So I need all grades submitted by then so that I can get my grades in. So you will not have the weekend that last week, but I'll remind you that as we get closer. All right, so that's kind of our course content. You guys can look at that a little closer, but that is on Schoology. And also on Schoology, this will be the last thing I cover with you. You have different folders here. So each folder is for each week, all right? You'll notice they're gray because they're not opened up right now. Each folder will open at midnight on Sunday, and it will close at 11:59 the following Sunday. So again, you have a full week to complete assignments within that folder. Everything you need, all of your resources, assignments, copies of the copies of the textbook, the PowerPoint, everything is in that folder for the week. Okay, so you can see the textbook, the PowerPoint, your scavenger hunt for your first week is here. I also have a PDF of the scavenger hunt to complete if that works better for you. I would prefer you to complete all assignments in Schoology in these assessments that I have set up. It's easier for me to grade. You'll get instant feedback that way. If you, for some reason, can't do that, then there is a paper copy. But again, it's preferred that you complete these on Schoology through the Assessments tab. All right, so this is your first week folder, and this will close on Sunday, the following Sunday. And then on midnight of the 18th, your second week will open. And again, there's all of your resources there. And your third week looks like this. Lots of resources. Again, keep in mind, most of these are optional. And I've also included the paper copy as well as the online Schoology assessment. So it looks like a lot, but it's really not. A lot of it's duplicates. All right, here's your fourth week. And then your last week, your fifth week for sleep and dreams. It's nice and concise right there. All right. I think that's everything that I had to cover with you. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing you on our Zoom call, and hopefully you get a chance maybe to review this before then. So if you have questions, you can ask them then. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.